Hey everyone, this is Mark Millick with the Moral Medicine YouTube channel. So I just want to make a quick video for the new year, asking for the community's help and to put out a new initiative that I think will really encourage more people to speak out. So I want to first start off by saying this, and I know I say this a lot, but things really are starting to change and they're changing fast. Awareness really is growing with these post-drug syndromes. So if you're someone who's experienced post-finasteride syndrome or post-SSRI sexual dysfunction or post-Accutane syndrome, or if you've been damaged by supplements like saw palmetto or lion's mane, I really mean it when I say your story matters and your voice is powerful. And today I'm asking you to please consider sharing it. For too long, these debilitating conditions have been ignored and minimized and misunderstood. So again, whether you took finasteride or SSRIs or Accutane or, one of the supplements I mentioned above, you've likely endured a life-altering experience if you suffer from any one of these post-drug syndromes, and perhaps you've struggled in silence, unsure of where to turn to or who to trust. But I mean it when I say it, your journey and your suffering and your courage in facing this reality, it all matters. So I understand that sharing your story might feel overwhelming and a bit intimidating, especially when the pain has been so personal. But I think it's important to note, you do not have to do a full interview on this channel to make a tremendous difference in this movement. And so I want to try a new initiative, and I want people to consider doing this. If you're not comfortable doing an interview, then what I'm encouraging people to do is simply record a short 2 to 5 minute video of yourself where you briefly tell us your story. And this will give you complete control, and you can do as many takes as you need to until you feel like it's right. But, keep it simple. The video should include the following. So share the name of the medication you took, the permanent side effects or symptoms you're now dealing with, and the impact it's had on your life. So that means, physically, emotionally, mentally, talk about how it's affected your relationships, how it's affected your career potentially, or maybe how it's affected your, or impacted your future plans. But share only what you're comfortable with. But at the same time, be honest and be raw. Your experience can't be ignored. But once you've recorded the video, send it to us, the Moral Medicine YouTube channel, and we'll publish it. And I'll include the email in the description below for where to send it to. But really, take the pressure off yourself. Your video does not have to be perfect. And, oftentimes this might sound cliche, but we're our own biggest critic. And our fear can often drive us from doing things that will lead to serious change. Now, and I've said this before, and I truly mean it, but sharing your story really is liberating. And I've heard this feedback from many others. So please consider speaking up. Share your experience of the harm that these medications have caused. And your story, it will change the conversation and it'll bring us one step closer to finding a cure. And consider this too. It'll also give hope to others who feel like they're invisible. But just imagine the impact it would have on the world in this movement if thousands of people sent in their stories to publish on this channel. It would completely eliminate the stigma and we would truly be unstoppable. So again, awareness is growing. The world is beginning to understand the devastating consequences of these drugs, and now is the time to speak up. And as more and more of you come forward, we can push for better research and for better treatment, and most importantly, for a cure. This is your chance to be a part of something bigger, a movement that will demand attention of medical professionals and researchers and policymakers, a movement that could ultimately save lives and prevent others from going through what you've experienced. Really, now's the time to speak up, and your story can change the future. It could also lead to the breakthrough we've been waiting for. So I do truly appreciate everyone's courage, and remember this, you are not alone in this. Together we will make sure these issues are heard, and together we will find hope. Thank you.